How do we become who we are? Are we products of our environment? Are we products of our expectations? Or even what other people expect from us? These are some of the questions at the center of the book, The Other Wes Moore. One name, two fates. It's a memoir, a case study, and perhaps most importantly, a call to action. This is Wes Moore, the book's author. He was born in Baltimore to a mother who had known abuse in a previous marriage, and a father who died when he was barely 2. He grew up in the Bronx during a turbulent time when young black men were the major players and victims of unchecked violence, drug use, and drug dealing. He ran around with guys who made money selling, who had criminal records, and he himself brushed up with the police a time or two. Yet he went on to graduate from military school, become a Rhodes Scholar, a war veteran, a White House Fellow, and the successful writer of this book. But then there's the other Wes Moore. He was born in Baltimore within a year of the first Wes, to a mother who was the first in her family to start college, and a father who was also not present in his life. However, in his case, it was by choice. At an early age, Wes was bright and athletic, but his childhood coincided with the time in which Baltimore was one of the most dangerous cities in the U.S. West Baltimore especially was known for gangs, drugs, and violence, and this Wes dabbled in all three. His older brother Tony, a drug dealer himself, warned Wes to stay out of it, but he got involved in the drug game as a young teen. It gave him the clothes and the status he wanted. But then he got a girl pregnant in high school and would have 3 more children in the next 5 years. He made attempts to start over, to work honestly, and his book smarts never faded. But the odds never seemed to be in his favor, and he'd always go back to the drugs and the people who weighed him down. In the year 2000, the same year Wes Moore was headed to Oxford on his Rhodes Scholarship, the other Wes Moore was convicted as one of 4 accomplices in an armed robbery and murder case. An off-duty police officer and security guard were shot and killed while he apprehended the men fleeing the jewelry store. A newspaper story following the case and the men's arrest was what first got Wes's attention on his way to Oxford, and later it would bring him face to face with the Wes behind bars. They developed a friendship, shared their stories, and through this book we see how similarly their lives began and how similarly their lives could have ended up. Instead, one of them will be a modern-day success story, while the other will spend the rest of his life in a jail cell. What made them different? Was one just luckier than the other? We live in an age when no matter your race, it is easy to be labeled and judged by society, put on a track on which we may think we have to stay for the rest of our lives. However, we're not just the product of our environment, we're the product of our choices. And wherever you are at this moment is the result of countless moments, countless choices that just as easily could have gone another way. The Other Wes Moore is a testament to the power of those choices and how stories can help us learn from each other's lives. So how will you live? Will you take control of your own destiny, or just be a product of your time and place?